That'll bring up our next match then at 132. We have Sanders, our next semifinal match, Sanders from DeSoto and Orloff from Pecatonica Argyle, our 2 and our 3 seeds. So this should turn out to be a pretty well matched match coming here.
We got kind of a barn burner going on down here, Chris, on 2. It's been
a 1-point swing one way or the other the whole
no
time.
points. All right. I guess I'm not even sure who won, but
looks like Hillsborough won that
entertaining match.
Looks like Cora from Hillsborough won that match.
Okay.
And that'll bring up then our first matches of the at 138. Actually, our first matches of the day at 138, as we only have 4 wrestlers at 138. So it'll be our number 1 seed, Reed Sawyer from New Lisbon, and our number 4 seed, Isaac Thine from Hillsborough. Reed Sawyer, a senior, and Thine, a junior. I think they've matched up a couple of times over the years.
Sure. Not a lot of matches for Reed. Has he been hurt or?
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I know we had one tournament we were supposed to go to Chippewa Falls, the Rockets were supposed to go to Chippewa Falls, but that ended up being snowed out. That was that weekend. We had a lot of snow.
Yep.
So the records are definitely reflective of that.
Sure.
But I mean that's 3 or 4 matches. But I'm not sure the rest of the tournament schedule, how that's looked for the Rockets. And I know Sawyer had a tough bi-state this year, so not as many matches as he would have liked at bi-state. We'll just he'll continue to grow and build. And it looks like looking at the program for the day, we have a number of state-ranked wrestlers. At 106, Parker Milsna from Cashton, ranked 5th in the state according to Rovkin. 106, Jaron Grimslid from North Crawford Seneca, ranked number 6. 113, Aiden Grunfelder from Pecatonica Argyle, ranked 3rd. At 120, Lucas Orloff from Pecatonica Argyle, ranked 9th. 126, Gunnar Wolpet, we were just talking about Gunnar, ranked number 3rd from Royal Waniwak Center. At 132, Jacob Orloff from Pecatonica Argyle, ranked 8th. At 132, Alex Radovich from New Lisbon was ranked 12. We know he's wrestling 126 today. At 138, Reed Sawyer is ranked 4th in the state. So that record, he's built quite a body of work with the record that he has this year.
Yep.
144, Colin McKittrick is ranked at 5. 165, Ethan Klinkner from Cashton, ranked 8. 165, Seth Greeno from DeSoto, ranked 9th. And 190, Sawyer Swigum from North Crawford Seneca, ranked 10th. So we have, like we were saying earlier, we have a number of high-quality wrestlers in this tournament. It's just fun to watch. Sawyer with the fall, I'm assuming, on mat number 2?
Yes. Orloff with the fall on mat number 1 over Sanders of DeSoto.
And now we have Phillips from Royal and Koning from River Ridge Cassville on mat number 1. And
mat 2, it's Gomez from Brookwood. It's a semifinal match. The pitcher from Royal got a bye all the way to the finals at 44. Gomez from Brookwood and Roski from North Crawford Seneca wrestling to get to the finals.
Oh, this is 44.
This is 44. This is 38. 38 just finished, so we're going to be going up to 150 now on mat 1, and we'll see Jackson Bender from Royal and Will Disher from Pecatonica Argyle. No, I'm sorry, I strike that. That's looking at the semifinals. We are actually going to have one wrestleback semifinal or quarterfinal match. It will be Reese Drew from River Ridge Cassville and Channing Wheaton from Ithaca Weston on mat 1.
So who won between Sawyer, New Lisbon, and did we miss that match?
We must have missed that when I was jabbering about our state-ranked wrestlers.
Sawyer won.
Sawyer won.
From
Okay.
New Lisbon, yep.
What mat were they on? I didn't even see.
They were down here on mat number 2.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
been a tough transition for me this year, getting used to the new weights, not being around it day in and day out anymore.
Right. I wish they'd stop doing that.
Well, I know there was a big push last year to either change the weight over the last couple of years, to change the weight classes, reduce it down to, reduce the number of weights, and the WIA decided that we were going to keep the same number of weights, but change up the weight classes again. I know the consensus from the coaches in our area was that we needed to reduce the number of weight classes, as that would improve the sport. We'd have less buys, less forfeits, which would improve the sports, bring more fans back into the gym, we would hope, improve the quality of wrestling, and, improve competition in the practice rooms. But, the WIA saw differently than the coaches in our area, which they have to look out for all the wrestlers in the state, not just our area.
Well, in these rural schools, I think you can agree that we're suffering for students.
Oh yeah.
All our enrollments are dropping, and so naturally it's going to drop for participation in wrestling and all sports.
So now we have on mat number 1, semifinal match at 150. Jackson Bender from Royal and Will Disher from Pecatonic Argyle. And Bender looking for that quick head throw right off the bat. 10 seconds in, he gets the takedown, and he's got criteria for back points. Looking for the quick fall to get in and out. Holding on tight with Disher continuing to fight off his back side to side, but man, that looks tight down there. There it is. There's the fall in 34 seconds for Jackson Bender, moving on to the finals.
We had a fall over here on mat number 2, Chris. Frosty from North Crawford Seneca over Gomez at Brookwood.
And now we have looks like our other semifinal match at 150. Scaife from River Ridge Cassville and Baldwin from DeSoto. Moving on to 157, we have semifinal match on mat number 1 at 157. Looks like we have Nolan Walder from Ithaca Weston and Lakota Webster from DeSoto. Webster winning by fall in the quarterfinals, 432. Warner having a bye into the semis.
We got a semifinal down here on 2, correct?
Yes, at 150.
50. Okay.
Baldwin looking for the fall.
Got a little snowplow cradle hooked up, or near side cradle, whatever you want to call it. Lots of different names for lots of different moves.
Locking that in with the legs, looking for a nice little basket there. He stays in position. That's tight.
That's tight.
There's no getting out of that one.
So Baldwin heads to the final. Be a good match, him and Bender.
Yes, should be a very good match. And looks like Walder from our 1 seed from Ithaca Weston at 157 with the pin in 1:10. And we have on mat number 2 now coming up, Calhoun from Royal and Novacek from Hillsborough. And we'll be moving into 165 at our semifinal match. We only have 2 semifinal matches, or 2 matches at 165 this round. There are no wrestleback matches. We have Seth Greeno from DeSoto and Dylan O'Brien from New Lisbon. And Greeno in on the legs, quick, no takedown. O'Brien continuing to scramble, and looks like O'Brien's looking Michigan dump, but doesn't quite get it and gives up the takedown. O'Brien continuing to scramble. And Greeno just doing a nice job of keeping hip to hip and riding tight and not giving O'Brien a whole lot of room to maneuver. Got an arm bar locked up. And O'Brien continuing to battle underneath, trying to open things up a little bit so he can get a nice stand up and get away and get a fresh start. Scored still 2-0 on mat number 1. And nice mat return there by Greeno to bring O'Brien back to the mat and turn his arm bar in.
We're all tied up over here on mat number 2 with Calhoun and, how do you say that? Novovic? That's a Czech name.
Novacek.
Novacek?
Yep, Irvin Novacek from Hillsborough.
Oh, Greeno with the fall.
Greeno with the fall in 1:36 over O'Brien from New Lisbon. That'll bring up our next match at 165. It'll be Colton Clark from Kickapoo Lafarge and Logan Anderson from Ithaca Weston. Looks like a milestone win for Seth Greeno. Assuming 100th win. So congratulations to Seth Greeno on that milestone win.
Well, that's something as a junior.
Yep.
We got a tight one down here on 2, you guys. It's still 2-2.
Novacek looking to score some back points here, though. He's got the body scissored. And now he's looking for that Saturday night ride, but well, he got a little high there, and now we have.
Who's going to come out? You got to shake him off.
Yep.
I'm guessing we're going to probably see a stalemate here.
Near falls awarded.
Yeah, stalemate there. Yep, good call by the official to get a fresh start for both wrestlers. Nobody was improving there.
Sure what happened there, but
high crotched and just kind of kept on moving. I mean, nothing flashy, nothing fancy, but just kind of kept on moving and looking to cradle and get the fall. There's near fall and just good solid action, no separation, and just staying in position.
Staying locked in.
Yep.
Boys down here keeping it close.
Yeah, nice reversal there by Calhoun to keep things close. And
now he takes a 2-point lead.
Anderson with the nice comfortable lead now, 8-2 as we 30 seconds into the second period on mat 1 in that semifinal match at 165.
Little outside fireman's there. That was kind of nice.
Got the takedown out of it, and transition, got a nice half in there. Not quite as tight as you'd like it, I think, but still tight enough to get the fall. Our finals is set at 165. Seth Greeno and Logan Anderson at 165 in the finals.
So Calhoun comes back.
Calhoun at 157 making the finals there too.
Comes back with a fall.
And we're continuing to move right along into 175 now. We don't have any wrestleback matches in the wrestleback quarterfinals at 175, so we'll go right into the semifinals with, looks like, Samson Degner, junior from Royal, number 1 seed, and Maverick McCauley be the 4 seed at 175, Maverick from Kickapoo Lafarge. And then we have Jack Schreier from Cashton, the number 3 seed, and Peyton Krager from DeSoto, the number 2 seed. And as we continue to roll on with wrestling, I'd like to continue to thank our sponsors, Cashton Wrestling Club, Central Express and Pasture Pride in Cashton, Citizens First Bank, Coon Valley Telecommunications, Darlington Blackhawk Warbirds, DeSoto Wrestling Club, DeWitt Construction, Genuine Telecom, GET Melmin Titan Wrestling Club, Grantland Graphics, Harchie Lumber, Iowa Grant Highland, Ithaca Weston Wrestling Club, J&R Military Surplus, Kickapoo Lafarge Predators, and the Viola Quick Stop. Again, thank you to all of our sponsors for your time, your dedication, and your sponsorship of this broadcast. We really do appreciate you and your time to help us grow and promote the sport of wrestling.
So we got a fall here, Chris, on mat number 1 with Degner.
Samson Degner with the fall, yep.
Lad seems to be put together pretty well, huh?
Yes, he does.
Spends a little time in the weight room.
So that'll bring us into 190. Our first match is at 190. And it looks like we do not have any wrestleback quarterfinal matches. So again, that's going to be a semifinal match at 190. And we should be seeing Trenton Fry from Royal, the number 4 seed, and Sawyer Swigum, number 1 seed from North Crawford Seneca. Fry winning by injury default in the quarterfinals over Kaylee Manning, excuse me. Don't want to get in trouble calling family names wrong.
No.
Well, you got the last name right.
It's all good. Last name's easy. Yeah, we got a tight match going on down here on mat number 2. It's 2-zip.
Trenton Fry with a nice fireman's on that 1. Take down Swickham.
Pretty evenly matched if you look at the records, 25-7 and 23-14. Swigum with 25-7, Fry with 23-14. I don't know the body of work that either have put together this season, but still you're looking at 20-plus wins, which is definitely a solid season for both wrestlers.
Both being sophomores as well.
Yes. So the future is definitely bright for both of these young men. Looks like another nice fireman's there for Fry from Royal to come out to a 4-1 lead. Schreier continuing to battle down there. And, I mean, both wrestlers, Schreier and Craig, are continuing to battle. Schreier with the 2-0 lead 30 seconds into the second period.
Boys are pretty closely matched.
Yeah, Fry with the fall there at 190. Thanks for calling that out. And now we go to Ryan McCoy from Hillsborough and Keegan Colden from DeSoto, the second semifinal at 190. And still a battle down here on mat number 2. And getting ready to call our 2 15-pound matches here shortly too. So again, the day is just moving along nicely. We're going to continue to see some good wrestling throughout the day as we move into our wrestleback semifinals and then into our placement matches.
Something I noticed a little uncommon, all sophomores and freshmen at 190.
It's interesting.
Usually that's a weight class where you have more upperclassmen. You find a lot of maturity and such.
And McCoy with the early lead, looking to work an arm bar, looking to continue to, not give up that cheap escape. Nice mat return there by McCoy from Hillsborough to continue his ride. Riding tight, staying in good position, not letting himself get out of control. So we'll see what happens here on the restart and see if he can continue to work to a turn.
Schreier picked up a few fall points of the late cradle,
A little cushion there in the score.
into the second period, was able to throw a little suicide cradle.
Yeah, he had himself in a little bit of trouble, his own self in trouble.
It was more of a suicide than a cradle there.
Kind of kept moving.
But
Keep the hips moving.
he was able to come through on that.
Yeah, the athletic ability of some of these young men is something else that, we didn't see that 20, 30 years ago with the sport of wrestling. It's really changed. A lot of that is thanks to Ben Askren, the way he brought scrambling to the forefront, that Askren funk.
Yeah, exactly.
And not only changed wrestling in the state of Wisconsin, but really nationwide once he got to Missouri and started seeing some success in Missouri too.
Yep.
Oh, we got a little air force going on, and there's the fall. So Schreier moves on.
Schreier with the fall. That'll bring us into our 215. And looking at the brackets, we do have 2 wrestleback wrestleback quarterfinals at 215. So we'll see a little change in the action there. And while we get that match set, we'll switch over to mat number 1 for a little bit more action there. Semifinal action on mat number 1 at 190.
So Fry won that match, and then we're
And McCoy and Colden still battling. Tight match, 2-0 with 1:32 left in the second period. And Colden from DeSoto out with the lead in the second period, that is McCoy that has the lead. And looks like he's going to build his lead and possibly secure the fall and 2 team points. There's the fall and an additional 2 team points for activity points for the fall there in the semifinals. So continuing to build that body of work and continuing to grow and move forward.
Do we have a semi going on down here, guys?
This is a wrestleback.
Yep, this will be a wrestleback. So these next 2 matches that we're going to see are wrestleback quarterfinal matches at 215. We have Hunter Hatlin from North Crawford Seneca, and Steen from Royal. And on mat number 2. And then we're getting ready for Barullo Rodriguez from Brookwood and Ben Otto from Ithaca Weston on mat number 1. And again, like we see at these upper weights, we go right into that collar tie on mat number 2. Mat number 1, with both of these upper weight wrestlers looking to control each other's head and hand fighting, and little breakaway there, and then right back in on those heads and hands and continuing to wear each other down. You know, it's crazy. You know, you start to even with these headphones on, you know, you can hear certain sounds throughout the gym and certain things, and there's certain voices that definitely stand out over the years. And you know, Chad Powell coached for Brookwood, used to coach for Cash, and that's one of those very distinct voices that you can always continue to hear. You hear that voice, and you know he's in the gym somewhere.
Yep.
I've heard it at basketball games, volleyball games with my daughter, and yep, sure enough, there's Chad right there. not always yelling, but you know that voice.
Yeah.
Long time
Yeah,
coach.
he's animated.
Yes, yep, long time coach, and has coached some very successful wrestlers in his tenure at Cashton and at Brookwood.
Yeah, he's a character.
You know, you look around, there's a lot of younger coaches now starting to come up through the ranks, and that's great to see too, to you know, keep that young blood in the coaching ranks and young blood in the officiating ranks, and it's fun to watch the younger generation come up and work with some of the older guys, the veteran coaches, and continue to be mentored. And that's what we need in every sport, right? We need young coaches to be mentored by veteran coaches and continue to grow and work together and build a solid coaching program through all sports, whether it be football, wrestling, basketball, baseball, softball, track and field. We just need these veteran coaches to continue to bring younger coaches under their wings and continue to mentor them.
Yep, I agree. Maybe even more so in this sport. This is a tough sport.
Yeah.
And I think everybody agrees.
And this will bring up our first semifinal our next wrestle-back quarterfinal match. No, this is a semifinal match on mat 1.
Yeah.
We have Burkham from Ithaca Weston and Clark from Kickapoo Lafarge at 2:15 semifinal match.
Burkham with a quick takedown.
Quick takedown, nice double leg go behind there.
Yep. Back for that Air Force. Guess I don't know what New Lisbon calls it, but hammerlock.
Yeah, we call it a lot of different. It's one of those crazy moves that everybody's got a different name for it, right?
Exactly. Well, we were tied up on that number 2, and all of a sudden there's a fall. So I'm not sure what happened there,
Seneca
right?
with the fall. We find that name.
Hatland from North Crawford Seneca.
Hatland, junior.
And that'll bring up our second semifinal match at 2:15. Trey Bailey from New Lisbon, number 4 seed, and Justin Obert from DeSoto, the number 3 seed Bailey and number 2 seed Obert. That's another one of those names that just hangs around, right? Obert.
Obert,
Yep.
yeah.
Burkham continuing to work. He's got a far side half in there, trying to get around, needs to get his leg unhooked there. He can get around and run that right over, get that tight, and He's getting near fall with 5. No, it doesn't look like Mike Nicolotti's giving him any near fall here. Not quite there is criteria. Got a 1 count on. He did give 2 counts, so we got the 2 near fall there. So that brings Burkham out to a 2-0 lead as we go into the second period, choosing down. And still a lot of just battling for position on mat number 2 with Bailey and Obert.
Just kind of doing the wrestling dance there.
Yep.
Gonna lock hands on that one.
We tease Jacob and I are coaching middle school, and we tease him about dancing in there. It's not dance class, boys.
That's right. That's right.
Burkham up to a 5-0 lead. That one.
Bailey tried to step through for a throw there, not successful, but didn't give up any points. So continuing to work in. He's got that headlock there, but couldn't transition through, and Obert with the takedown. Bailey head down on the mat, and allowed Obert to work that half in, but time expired in the first period. And, no additional points scored there. So we're going in period 2 on mat number 2 with a 2-0 score in favor of Obert from DeSoto.
It took a while to score them 2 points, didn't it?
Yes, it did. And looks like we're going neutral, and see how things progress as this period continues.
Burkham with a fall.
Burkham with a fall. That's going to bring up our 285-pound wrestlers then on mat 1. Check track wrestling, and it looks like we have one wrestle back quarterfinal match. It'd be Bennett Coder from Kickapoo Lafarge and Jaden McGraw from Hillsboro. And as Obert and the wrestler from New Lisbon continue to battle, Trey Bailey, junior for New Lisbon, or senior for New Lisbon.
Over there at 7 and 8.
Yep. I coached him in middle school, and then he decided not to wrestle in freshman, sophomore, junior year.
Isn't that something?
Yep, and then decided to come back out as a senior. Decided he really did miss the sport. So, which good for him. I have had a couple of conversations with him this year, and told him I'm happy to see him back out on the mat, and I wished he would have wrestled the last few years. He said, "Yeah, me too." But
yeah, it's like a broken record. We hear that all the time. Wish they would have. Yeah, we see that a lot, Chris. We really do. It's really frustrating. You just kind of think, man, what could have they been?
Yep.
I mean, they're back out. I'm glad that's happening.
Yep, exactly. And Obert with the fall. Tough battle there. 7.5 seconds left in the second period. Just needed to hold on for just a little bit longer, and could have gotten a fresh start in the third. Still a lot of hand fighting, head fighting here on mat number 1, that heavyweight match. We have again Coder from Kickapoo Lafarge and McGraw from Hillsboro. Not a lot of scoring right now, as you would expect in a first period in a heavyweight match, and just a lot of hand fighting and moving around. And now in the heavyweights on mat number 2, we have our first semifinal match with Dominic Corney from New Lisbon and Mac Neef from Ithaca Weston. Neef 33-8 junior, Corney 6-4 senior. Got a late start to the season because of an injury in football, and has been really taking last year off, so really trying to find his feet, find his rhythm to the season. So hopefully today's a good day to continue to build that as he gets ready for next weekend.
So now next weekend, do you guys go to Independence?
Yes, New Lisbon will be at Independence next weekend. So I will be at home with family stuff that weekend, so I'm not going to be on the air, helping with any broadcast or anything. We've got some family plans for next weekend, but still be following along and trying to pay attention to who's doing what, who's advancing, and hopefully some great wrestling at Independence next weekend. And I'm not sure where the other super regional is next weekend.
Mineral Point.
It is Mineral Point. That was quite the change last year, going from a normal regional to the with 7-8 teams to the super regional. It is, I mean, you're advancing 4, so that changes the dynamic of things a little bit. That jockeying for position. In the coaches meeting, making sure that you get your seeds where you need them. A lot of different things happening, but I really think it is better for the sport. Again, your fans don't want to come in for half a day and watch 8-9 matches. They want a day of wrestling, and that's definitely what they got last year, and some quality wrestling at that too. So hopefully that that benefits the sport as we continue to grow it and see it develop and see things change. I mean, change is inevitable.
Yeah, the regionals at one time were it was pretty sad to go to a regional.
Yeah.
I've heard horror stories of only like less than 20 matches wrestled the whole day. Well, that's
not good for the wrestlers.
No.
I mean, I remember one year we had our regional at Hillsboro one year, and our 106-pounder was the only 106-pounder in the bracket, so he advanced on to sectionals, didn't have to wrestle a single match, but we didn't get any kind of points scored out of him either other than his placement points.
Right.
So we ended up taking second in that regional because we didn't get a match, so we didn't get any advancement points
pin points or anything.
No activity points, no advancement points, nothing like that. So and hopefully this just continues, this super regional continues to again get your best wrestlers to the sectional tournament and the state tournament, because that's ultimately what we want. We want our best wrestlers put in a position to be able to be successful. Cordy looking for the fall. Can't get the fall because his hands are underneath the kid's shoulders, what the ref is showing. And there's the fall. So up next at 285, we're going to see Owen Callahan, number 3 seed from River Ridge, Cassville, 34-12 record, and Henry Brigham from Cashton, senior with a 34-8 record. We got 4-2 in our wrestleback quarterfinal match at heavyweight in favor of Coder from Kickapoo Lafarge. Or I'm sorry, in favor of McGraw from Hillsboro.
I'm guessing this would be a pretty good match here. This boy from River Ridge, he's been at it a while, and so has Brigham.
Yep. And it looks like we have our 106-pounders warming back up for our wrestleback semifinals. So this next round will go pretty quick, and then I think we're taking a break after the wrestleback semifinals as we get set for placement matches and move into the finals.
Probably take a little dinner break, I suppose.
Yep. Yeah, I mean it's getting to be lunchtime. Continue to thank our sponsors: Coon Creek Foods, Lacrosse Loggers, Lancaster Flying Arrows. Turn the page here. Laval Telephone Co-op, Lynn's Home Center, Nicolati Construction, Nordic Lanes from Westby, North Crawford Seneca Wrestling Club and the Marketplace Gaze Mills, O'Reilly Auto Parts, Organic Valley in Cashton, Portland Implement in Cashton, Prairie du Chien Blackhawks Wrestling Club, Premier Co-op, Richland Grant Telephone Co-op, River Valley Blackhawks Wrestling Club, and Royal Panther Wrestling Club. Again, thank you to all of our sponsors. We really do appreciate your dedication and your willingness to sponsor this broadcast and help to promote the sport of wrestling in the area. Looks like both matches, just a lot of jockeying for position.
Boys on mat 1 are playing a little football.
Yeah, McGraw from Hillsboro, continuing to build that lead up 10-4 now. And Brigham from Cashton up 2-1 as we go into the second period on mat number 2. We got a locked hand situation now on mat number 1. Brings the score to 11-6 with 11 seconds left in the third period.
Flat drop on mat 2 there. Ooh, he kicked him over.
I don't know how he got out of that.
Wow.
I think that lad's pretty strong.
Yeah. Yeah, just great strong hips there, and to follow through and hip heist through and get the reversal and the pin there. I mean that's a solid solid win. And
never say never.
Nope. And that'll bring us all the way back around to our Wrestleback semis at 106 to finish setting up our placement matches. So we'll have one Wrestleback semifinal match at 106. So bear with us as as this round's going to move pretty quickly. So we'll have Case and Edgerton from New Lisbon and Cameron Whirl from River Ridge Cassville wrestling on mat number 2.
Mat number 1 will be Thompson, right?
Mat number 1, it will be Turner from Royal and Noble from North Crawford Seneca at 113.
Oh, they don't.
Oh, did I look wrong?
I have Ithaca Weston having a wrestle back.
Oh, maybe I looked at it wrong.
At 106.
Yep, I just didn't scroll down far enough. Yep, so we have Thompson from Ithaca Weston and Marks from Hillsboro on mat number 1.
Both freshmen.
So on mat 2 we got
kind of quick flurry of action there on mat 1. Quick takedown and then a quick escape, and Edgerton just couldn't finish the double leg there, and brings us to a score of 2-1 in favor of World as we go into the second period on mat 2. Mat number 1, no score yet as both wrestlers continue to work for position in and out, sliding things around, passing each other by, and just a lot of hand fighting there as we continue to.
That was a nice double by Thompson.
No real setup, just kind of a bull rush.
Just kind of bull.
Yeah, that works.
Sometimes that's what you need.
Yep.
Just plow in there and make something happen.
They're expecting a setup.
So yeah, 1 minute first periods with the Wrestlebacks, right? That went pretty quick.
Yeah, looks like at least for the semifinal, the Wrestleback semifinals, it looked like the quarterfinals they were going 2 minute first period. So I don't know if that was a miscommunication in that round, but. Edgerton continuing to fight off his back. And again, just no quit in this young man. He's going to battle for every second. Just one quick move away from being out. Pivot up and he's out, and there it is. He just needs to come back up to his feet again. On his feet, and there's his escape, down 6-2, down by 4 with 10 seconds left in the second. And Thompson continuing to build his lead. He's up 4-0 as we hit the minute 15 mark in the second period.
He's looking for that cradle again.
Little cradle monster.
Yep.
Oh, we got
locked hands, so free move here. So locked hands and escape gives Edgerton 2 points there, so that's going to put it at 4-6. Quick takedown here by Edgerton could potentially tie this match up and put him in a position. There you go, nice double leg. Continue to drive through, switches to a single, head on the outside single, and World just continues to hold on and stay in position, and on his head, heavy on his head. World does a nice job of defending that shot and looking for the defensive score, but no points given yet. There's the takedown, and a great defensive score there by World. A lot of credit to him for not giving that up, because Edgerton was in deep on that double leg, and just World did a great job of getting his hips back and continuing to put Edgerton in tough position to not be able to score and allow him to score on defense.
Little flurry there at the end of the match by Marks. And got himself back within 3.
Green's choice there going into the third period, so Mark's choice. We head into the third period and chooses down. And Edgerton looking for the reversal and the back points there.
In trouble.
Yep, there's the 2 and back points. That could be a 4-point or 5-point move potentially. And 3, that's a 5-point move. So if he can hold on for 15 seconds, that's going to give Edgerton the win there. And again, just no stopping. He's got a motor. He doesn't quit moving. He's, a lot of credit to this young man. As long as he doesn't give up any cheap points here with 2 seconds left, he's going to come out in a great win by Edgerton to put him into the third place match.
Still 6-3 down here on mat number 1.
Yep. So this is going to bring up 113 on mat number.
Thompson with another cradle locked up.
This will bring up our wrestleback semifinals on for 113. We'll have Hughes from Kickapoo Lafarge. Hughes has a bye into the third place match. It'll be Turner from Royal and Noble from North Crawford Seneca. Quick takedown on mat number 1 by Noble from North Crawford Seneca.
With the win on that one.
Yeah, a little 9-4, I think, was the final there for Kurt.
And that's going to bring us to 120 then. We have 2 wrestleback semifinals at 120. We'll have Gajeski from Hillsboro and Thorgeson from Kickapoo Lafarge should be coming up on mat number 1. And we have a 5-0 lead as we go into the second period in our wrestleback semifinal match at 113. Quick shot there by Gajeski. No score. And the fall by Noble at
a little lateral drop here on mat number 1 and a fall.
Couple of pins there. That's going to bring us into our second match at 1. Our second wrestleback semifinal match will be Pangburn from New Lisbon and Bender from Royal at 120. And then we're going to move right into our 126 wrestleback semis as well. And we should be seeing Bingham from Ithaca Weston and Sig from Peck Argyle.
I'm sorry I missed that. Hillsboro or Kickapoo Lafarge?
Down here?
Yeah.
Hillsboro, I believe.
After the end of this round of wrestling, we'll take a look at our team scores too. I'm not sure where we're sitting, where teams are sitting right now. A lot of points to be scored yet here as we get ready for our placement matches too.
Yeah.
Bingham with the takedown and back points early in the first period.
This is at 120.
126 on mat 1, 120 on mat number 2. .120 on mat 2. We're still looking at Pangburn from New Lisbon and Bender from Royal. Bender out to the first period lead, 2-0. Pangburn doing a nice job of keeping things close. We'll see how things go in the next 4 minutes. Next match up on mat number 1 is going to be Bell from Hillsboro and Jacob Jacks from New Lisbon. So we have Zachary Bell from Hillsboro and Jacob Jacks from New Lisbon. Jacks with the takedown there to go up to an early lead, 2-0. And still 2-0 with a minute left in the second period on mat number 1, or mat number 2, sorry. Bender looking to score on mat number 2. Look for back points, but he's actually given up a locked hands call here.
So I was kind of
he secured
how that could be locked hands, but because he was in control.
Yep, he secured the takedown and then gave up the locked hands call.
I'm thinking, okay, Mike, that's not locked hands, but that was the couple seconds before that.
Yep, he secured the takedown.
Yeah. That's that looking away and then looking back.
Right.
Gets you every time.
Jack's up to a 4-1 lead there on mat number 1. Potentially dangerous. Wrestlers just kind of looking to improve their position right now and keep scoring. We still have Jacks out to a 4-1 lead on mat number 1, and just got called for stalling. Riding the ankle, called for stalling. Had the ankle trapped and continuing to hold on, so that's a pretty easy stalling call there by the ref, Matt Boyer. So restart here and continue to work. He's got his half in there, and now half and a leg and looking to score. He's earning back points and looking for a fall there. And Jack's with the fall with 12.5 seconds left in the second period. That's going to bring us into 132. We have a couple of Wrestleback semifinal matches. So we'll have Pekonen from Brookwood and Hora from Hillsboro. And then the next match will be coming up here shortly. We'll see Radovich from New Lisbon, Ben Radovich from New Lisbon, and Sanders from DeSoto. In on the
Scenic sheet here has Ethan Clayton at the Passion ring. I don't believe he's wrestling tonight, is he?
No.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, he's sitting over there. He must be injured.
And yeah, now we have Ben Radovich up. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I can't hear Jacob. But
Oh, really?
can you hear Jacob?
I can hear Jacob, yeah. It sounded like things kind of cut out on my mic for a little bit there, but so just wanted to make sure. But yeah, Ben Radovich and
Awkward silence.
yes, and Sanders from DeSoto wrestling on mat number 2, just jockeying for position, moving things around. Looks like Pekonen from Brookwood and Hora from Hillsboro. Tight match there. Reversal by Pekonen puts him up 7-4 with a minute and a half left in the second period. Pekonen looking to score some back points here. Nice little stack and brought him over, and now looking to secure the fall. At this point, just holding on and making sure he maintains position and forcing Hora to fight off of his back for. So our next match on mat number 1 we do not have a wrestleback semi at 138. At 144 we don't have any wrestleback semifinals. So our next wrestleback semifinal is actually at 150. We do have 2 wrestleback semifinals at 150. So we're going to see Disher from Pecatonica Argyle and Drew from River Ridge Cassville wrestling on mat number 1. Mat number 2 is still Ben Radovich. And let me go back. At 132, Ben Radovich and Landon Sanders from DeSoto on mat number 2. And it looks like no score.
There's no score there, Chris. These 2 boys are battling. Well, now we got a warning on.
Warning on green, which would be Radovich, yeah.
Well, Scotty will get him going.
Yep. Looks like we're going to have some points scored here on mat number 2 now. This guy, ref holding three-point near fall for Landon Sanders. Nothing lead in the second period for Disher from Pecatonica Argyle, looking to build that lead with near fall points. Holding two near fall there, so it brings the score to actually now 8-0 with a minute and a half left in the second period. Sanders building his lead there, now up 5-0 with a minute 20 left in the match.
Almost a tech fall here on mat 1, 13 zip.
Wow, that escalated quickly.
It did. Minute left in the second period.
And Sanders with the fall over Ben Radovich in the third period. That'll bring up our second wrestleback semifinal match at 150. Be Gidden from North Crawford Seneca and Scaife from River Ridge Cassville. Mat number 1, we're moving on to 157. And we're going to see Bird, only one wrestleback semifinal match at 157. Looks like Webster from DeSoto won the other one over Childs from River Ridge Cashville by injury default. So now we have Bird from New Lisbon and Novacek from Hillsboro wrestling in the wrestleback semifinal match at 157. On mat number 2, we have Glidden from North Crawford Seneca and Scaife from River Ridge Cassville in our second wrestleback semifinal match at 150.
Scaife, he's just a freshman. That's the boy with 43 matches or 44.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
A lot of matches for a freshman.
Well, in this, at this point of the season.
And Novacek from Hillsborough with Bird on his back as time expires in the first period. No fall, 3 near fall. 5-0 going into the second period on mat number 1.
Double leg on mat 2 there. River Ridge kid. Reese Drew.
No, it's yeah, there's 2 in that class. 2 boys from River Ridge.
Yeah. I'm probably thinking of Brandon. What's that last name?
There's a fall.
So Scaife from River Ridge Cassville with the fall.
That's what it was, Scaife.
Yep, on mat number 2. We do not have any wrestleback semifinal matches at 165, so the field is set for our placement matches. No 5th place match at 165. Greeno from DeSoto and Anderson from Ithaca Western wrestling in the championship match, and O'Brien from New Lisbon and Clark from Kickapoo Lafarge wrestling in the 3rd place match. So this will bring us into our 175-pound weight class on mat number 2, and we have McCauley from Kickapoo Lafarge and Weidmeyer from Brookwood wrestling in the wrestleback semis at 175, and looks like we'll have Brewer from River Ridge Cassville and Kreger from DeSoto wrestling in the other wrestleback semifinal at 175.
That was quick.
Yes, that was.
Was that Krager?
Yes, Kreger from DeSoto with the fall on mat 1. At 190, we have one wrestleback semifinal match. That'll be Swigum from North Crawford Seneca and Ebert from Royal. And the other wrestleback semifinal match at 190 looks like Manning from Ithaca Weston forfeits to Colden from DeSoto. So Colden from DeSoto will be wrestling in the 3rd place match, and we have Swigum from North Crawford Seneca and Ebert from Royal now wrestling for that 2nd slot in 3rd place match at 190.
Quick takedown for Swigum.
And a quick fall.
Wow.
9.1 seconds on the fall there. That'll bring us into 215. We have 2 wrestleback semifinal matches at 215. We'll see Clark from Kickapoo Lafarge and Hatlin from North Crawford Seneca in our first match. And then our second match at 215 wrestleback semifinal match will be Rodriguez from Brookwood and Bailey from New Lisbon. we do still have our wrestleback semifinal at 175. Wrestling on mat number 1, Brewer from Macaulay from Kickapoo Lafarge and Weidmeyer from Brookwood.
Macaulay just running a nice arm bar there.
Might have even been a double arm bar. Looks like he's
just trying to flatten that right arm out and get the fall there.
There it is.
There.
through a half end.
Yep. Had a nice fall there for Macaulay.
Well, he's a tall lad.
Yes, he is. So that'll bring up Bailey from New Lisbon and Rodriguez from Brookwood on mat number 2. And then we'll have one wrestleback semifinal match at heavyweight. Looks like McGraw from Hillsborough forfeits to Neef from Ithaca Weston in the wrestleback semifinals at heavyweight. Two nothing score here on mat number 1, with the lead going to, looks like the North Crawford Seneca. Hatland from North Crawford Seneca has the lead 2-1 as we go into our second period on mat number 1.
Actually, I think Kickapoo actually.
Is that Kickapoo? Yes, I'm sorry, you're right. That is Kickapoo. Clark from Kickapoo. Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Bailey and Rodriguez both fighting for position. Heavy on the head, hand fighting, forehead to forehead. And Clark looking for the fall now on mat number 1.
Just got serious, didn't it?
Yep.
Right now.
Turned away for a second. Must have gotten thrown, huh?
Yeah, must have. I didn't see. The end of the first period on mat number 2, no score. Brookwood choice defers to the third period. And Bailey chooses down. And we're getting ready to set our final match of this round on mat number 1. Will be McCluskey from Royal and Brigham from Cashton in our only wrestleback semifinal match at 285. Rodriguez with trying to get that half in there as Bailey broken down flat. Bailey doing a nice job of trying to keep that hip up a little bit just so he doesn't get turned. And there he's building his base back up now. Needs to bring his head up a little bit, or I'm worried the official might call him for stalling, hanging that head. Yep, there's that warning call. Just
he called her.
Nice arm bar.
Yep, and the fall for Rodriguez.
Now, do we know next round how they're going to do that? Are they going to do a quick round to clear the fifth place?
I would think they do the quick round of the 5th place matches and then come back through and wrestle the 1st and 3rd place matches.
Be my guess.
And there's only going to be a handful of 5th place matches, so.
Right.
And gives a score of 6-1 here on mat number 1. As we go into the second period. McCluskey with the lead over Brigham. And there's a takedown for Brigham. Brings that score to 5-3.
A little missed head throw there.
Looks like Brigham just said, you know what, I think I've had enough of this.
Yep, and there's the fall.
So that wraps up.
That wraps up our first part of the day. We're going to get things set for our placement matches. You know, just kind of looking at where we're at. I know there's some teams, some scoring you'll have to be put in, But looking at where we stand for team scores right now, we have Royal in first with 165 points, DeSoto in second with 106 points, Ithaca Weston in third with 100, New Lisbon with 99 in fourth, Pecatonica Argyle in fifth with 78 points, Hillsborough in sixth with 74, North Crawford Seneca in seventh with 65, Brookwood in eighth with 52, tied with Kickapoo Lafarge, both teams in eighth with 52 points. River Ridge Cashville in 10th with 51 points, and Cashton in 11th with 45 points. So that's where we stand as we head into the break. Looking forward to a great round of placement matches here as we move forward.